Hey, got a problem. Breaking up some new ground on two of my tractors, my 1010 and my 140. Getting kind of rough breaking it up. Shook some stuff up in the bottom of the fuel tank. Well, now I got some crapped up carburetors. So I got to do carburetor jobs. So I decided I'm going to make this a little bit easier and a little bit more thorough. I'm going to get an ultrasonic cleaner. Of course, I'm not going to buy one that's like professional grade because I might use this thing 2 times a year at best. So I decided I'm gonna get some Chinesium off of Amazon. All right, here's the deal. I ordered this thing. It's supposed to be 2 liters. Well, it holds more like 1.25 liters at best. It says it's got 100-watt heating. That tells me it's not really heating, it's more like maintaining. So I'm probably going to preheat my cleaning fluid and put in here. I ain't going to be able to do whole carburetors. I'm going to have to take parts. It's going to take me several runs to get one carburetor completed. Other than that, we're going to see how this thing works. It was cheap, $70. Not near as big as the photographs made it look, even though I had to convert I had to convert the measurements to US of A measurements because everything was in metric, and even going by that, I was like, yeah, it'll fit, but it ain't all gonna fit. I'll show you. Here's what we got here. It's called a Dyne Vim little thing. It claims 2 liters. It does not hold 2 liters. We are about 5 3/4 usable space by about 5 1/8 usable space, and about 4 inches semi-usable space. I'd be better off to say 3 3/4 at best. But we're gonna see if this thing works worth of crap. And I'll get back. Since I'm not real familiar with ultrasonic cleaners, I did what any normal person would do. I jumped on the old Google and the YouTube. So I got it full. I preheated the water. I boiled it, poured it in there. Everybody's using simple green. I didn't have any simple green. I had some mean green though. We're gonna see if that'll work. They say you have to degas it to get rid of any dissolved gases in the cleaning fluid. They say if you don't do that, it will greatly diminish the cleaning ability. So first things first, we're gonna degas it. And like I said, it said it's got a 100-watt heater, and it had that like in bold letters and stuff. Well, 100 watts ain't a whole lot of heating. Not a whole lot of heating at all. I think that's more or less maintaining water that you've already got hot. So we're going to cut the heat on. I already got the main switch on the back. Okay, that's not heat. That's time, so it's doing its thing. Now we're going to cut the heat on. And the LED for the heat's not coming on, maybe because it's been preheated, I don't know. We got a little action going on in here. We're going to let it do this thing here for about 15-20 minutes, and then we're going to put the parts in and let it ride. We'll see what it's going to do. That thing's kind of noisy. Glad I ain't doing this in the house. I don't think the wife would let me be cleaning carburetor parts in the house. She might frown upon that. Okay, our degassing cycle is done. Timer worked. Now the heat popped back on. See, the heat lit up this time, so it didn't light up initially because I preheated the water. Okay, cool. This is what we're dealing with. John Deere 1010. Y'all seen me rebuild this carburetor before, a few years back, and I got some shitty gas in it. So we're going to clean it. We're going to see if this ultrasonic cleaner is the magic that everybody says it is. So I'm gonna have to clean this in multiple times. I'm gonna have to set it in like that, let it run for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Then I'm gonna have to turn it, come back and flip it over and set it and let it run like this for a few, 20, 30, 40 minutes, something like that. So let's see if I can get this in here without burning the crap out of my hand. It's supposed to maintain the temperature at 140 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't even know if this thing's gonna fit. Let me put the camera down and move this around a little bit. Alright, that's about as good as that piece is going to get in there. We might have to run this through 3 or 4 times from different angles. We'll see. It is definitely maintaining the water at temperature. I don't think it would heat the water from dead nothing to temperature that very quick, but we're going to see what she does. As I think I'm going to roll that timer all the way around to 30. Is my camera lens dirty? There. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Anyway, we're going to go 30 minutes and then flip it over and do 30 more minutes. And we're going to see if this thing is the magic that everybody says that it is. All right, I just fired it up. And, well, there is a lot of stuff just, I have to say, almost instantly coming up out of there. Okay, cool. Maybe encouraging, maybe not. We shall see. The only true test will be when I finish and get all sides of it, which obviously right now I can't get all sides of it because the darn thing ain't quite big enough. Even though, well, it's Amazon. We'll see. Okay, my conclusion. We've gone for just a little over an hour. I had to move it around a couple times to get it to fit right because, the bowl was not big enough for this carburetor. I did figure something out as far as the heat goes. Heat's great. As you can see, it got a ton of stuff. Where's that at? Okay. It got a ton of stuff floating in that water that come out of this carburetor. It did a pretty doggone good job of cleaning it. And I'm sure the heat has something to do with it. The true test is what I can't see, and that's these little tiny orifices right here, down in there, down in there. Those are the true tests, and there's no way for me to see in there to see if it did right. But all in all, it took a lot of the stuff off. But heat, here's the problem with the heat, especially this. This is cast iron. I guess the heat probably does help soften stuff up. Duh, it usually does with about everything. But as soon as I pull it out the solution, it dries. And my phone's ringing. Let's see. Okay, I'm back. Old wifey. Yeah, she cleans well that it appears, but the problem with the heat is, especially with this, it's cast iron. As soon as I pulled it out the heat, or out the cleaning fluid, of course the cleaning fluid evaporated off of it, so then I've got a really dry part. And I don't really personally want a very dry part before I get a chance to blow all the orifices out. So I ended up having to cut the heat off, put it back in there, let it run, and then get my air hose over here so I'm ready to immediately start blowing it out as soon as I get it out of the water so I can get these orifices clean. Like I said, I can't see inside these orifices. They appear to be good when I shine a little light down it. I'm not even going to try to do that on camera because y'all could not possibly see what, not with this camera anyway. And the fact that this is cast iron, as soon as it dries off, of course, it tries to sheen over with rust. So I had to wipe it down with some air curl and get the surface rust wiped off quickly. And everything else looks good. The little springs there on the, let me see if I can, hard to do this one-handed, but yeah, the choke The choke valve and all looks good. Little springs on the backside of the choke valve are clean as crap. So all in all, I think this is a pretty decent buy if you use it occasionally. If I was going to use one as like a business, hell no, I wouldn't buy this one. I'd drop dimes in it. But between me and a buddy of mine, we're going to put this booger through its paces, and I'm going to get back to you within a year and tell you if it's worth it or not worth it. Little things I had to wipe off, I mean, but I expected that. I don't expect it to go in rusty and come out looking like a new penny, but it did a pretty good job of breaking everything up. So here we are, and I'll know if those are cleaned out good when I put it back on the tractor and fire it up. We'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Oh, yep, and now I'm like 5 months with no cigarettes at all, and I'm feeling good. Now I got to work on this fat butt. We'll holler at y'all later. Bye.